Good morning, everyone. Greg here. I got Stephen helping me behind the camera. We just wanted to give everybody a quick overview on soybeans and as far as what we're seeing right now. Stephen's been doing a really good job, done a lot of scouting, and we want to just show you what we're seeing here at the present time. So this year for 2020, we're basically dealing with three different time periods when the majority of the beans got planted in the area that we work, and that is April. We had some early April beans, first week in April, but we had a lot of beans around the 20th through the 24th of April. We had that time period. We had another time period from May 10th through May 12th or 13th. And then there were the around May 31st for that first few days of June was really the third period. We just had literally those three windows to plant a lot of crop this year. I'm standing in a field of beans here that actually same variety we had to quit there in April and plant it. We got rained out, and so we've got April planting and we've got May 10th planting right next to it, and just kind of wanted to show you what we're seeing here. The April planted beans are doing what we hoped they would. We've got nodes all the way down to just, I don't know, about maybe 3 to 4 inches, probably 3 inches above the soil line. We've got nodes just stacked all the way up this plant. Still setting, still developing. These beans are solid R3, just right at R3. We're getting ready to do a fungicide application on these beans. But this is what we want April beans to do. I wrote down some notes scouting beans in early June, and we saw a lot of the April planted beans were blooming by June 4th, June 5th, June 6th. There was kind of a big question mark with the rough weather that we had on April beans. Will we get the benefit of that early planting? And the answer, I believe, is yes, from what we can see when we have beans, blooming in early June. Same variety of bean, planted May 10th. That was Mother's Day. It was a Sunday afternoon. I'm sure some of you remember we were probably planting that day. It was really cold and windy, just not a very nice day. I noticed consistently on these beans, they look really good. They're a little bit behind, but not much, because they've almost caught the April beans because of just the tough weather we had on those April beans after they were planted. They are noded a little higher than the April beans, but not bad. We've got a lot of nodes starting probably maybe more like 6 inches up the plant, but still doing a nice job, close together. Good lateral branching. I see good potential on the May beans that we've looked at, that May 10th through 12th time period. The third planting that we see a lot of, or some of anyway, is the end of May, first part of June. Those beans are really coming on fast now. They look much better than they did 6 weeks ago. It's going to be interesting to see how they do. I believe they're going to be behind these, but they're looking really good because of really the good weather that we've had, timely rains, and something that's really helped this crop, this bean crop and corn crop this year, though, is the abundance of sunshine that we've had. We forget about that, but we've had a lot of really nice, good, bright, sunshiny days, and fairly temperate nights for the most part. So that's been really good. One of the other things I wanted to talk to everybody about on soybeans, and it goes back to that the number 5 factor. We always talk about the top 5 factors in producing the best crop possible. Number 5 is your in-season management, protecting yield. I hope all of you are spraying fungicide on your beans, or at least considering that. I think it's something that we need to be doing. There's a lot of potential here to protect. I am very optimistic on the beans so far this year. I think we could have some really outstanding yields. Another note on spraying, just a note, something that I learned last year. We saw it, I learned personally. I violated my own rules last year and gave up on 2 or 3 late planted fields, and it was the biggest mistake I ever made last year on my soybeans. I gave up 8 or 9 bushels for sure, and had quite a few customers that had very late planted soybeans last year. Went ahead and sprayed those soybeans with a fungicide, and boy, did that pay off. So we're not going to make that mistake again this year. So I just want to remind everybody, reaffirm what we know there, that when we've got potential like this, we need to protect it. going forward, so what do we need to finish this soybean crop? Well, we talked about protecting the yield with a fungicide application, fungicide and insecticide, but from the parts that we can't control via the weather, timely rains in August, we know that, but then and then abundant sunshine. We need that sunshine to finish this crop, that bean crop. It needs it. But like I said, I think we're going to see yields that could rival 2018. I don't like to make bold predictions, but things are just looking nice in the bean crop. In closing, just we're excited about some trials that we're doing this year with fungicide on beans, adding different micro packages, biologicals, and playing with some combinations with those systems. We'll be anxious to share that with everybody here late fall, early winter. But in a nutshell, that's where the bean crop is at. It looks really good, guys. We just need to finish it off and protect those bushels. So as we wrap up this overview on soybeans, just wanted to let everyone know that we'll be following up here in a few days with an overview on what we're seeing so far out here with the corn. And as always, if there's anything we can do for our growers, if you need something, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or Stephen. And thanks everybody, and have a great day.